Hi, I am Paul Chartier. You're watching Heart of Gold. Thanks for tuning in. We have the very nice people from Lexington Habitat for Humanity, Rachel Childress, the CEO, Jim Kreiner, the head of the Restore. We're going to get to you in a minute. Rachel's going to paint the picture, okay? I think everybody knows what Habitat for Humanity is and what you do, but globally, for the three people that don't know, tell them all about Habitat.
Well, Habitat is a ministry that serves through affordable housing. Our vision is that everyone has a decent place to live. And by that, we mean everyone, and decent in a very broad term. So what folks tend to know about us is that we build houses. And when they think of Habitat, they think about framing walls. And that has been our legacy. Habitat International, this is the 40th year, and for Lexington Habitat, we're headed towards our 30th year of doing that. But we began to realize, along with Habitat International, several years ago, the vision began to change to this new one about a decent place to live. We realized that a decent place to live is not limited to that structure that you return to after work. A decent place to live includes your street, it includes your neighborhood, and it includes the community as a whole. So we thought, what can we do to help improve the community on a broader, deeper scale? And we developed in 2013 a program we call Love Your Neighborhood. Obviously based on the scriptures that are our foundation of loving neighbors. And that program serves three different ways in our community. We're doing some critical home repairs. That's for folks who own their homes but for some reason cannot keep the maintenance up on it. Typically we've served 5 families, and all 5 of those have been single women, 4 of them on fixed incomes. The second component is home preservation. Those are all exterior projects, minor projects, about $2,500 each. Again, for owners, and we do things like repair gutters or add exterior lighting or trim trees or replace rotted porch decking. We've done 3 projects over the last 3 years for that, served 36 families in that capacity. And the other are neighborhood cleanups, and folks have seen some of that on the news where we've gone into some of our parks and some neighborhoods who are distressed and done some things that really affect safety. So if you have a fenced road that's full of brush or tree limbs that are hanging down and blocking signs, then that visual aspect is a safety hazard for folks. So we did some work out in the Douglas Avenue area. There's a bus stop on the corner there. And as we were cleaning out brush from all around that bus stop, and the neighborhood watch sign was blocked by tree limbs, 3 people came up to us while we were doing the work and said, "Thank you so much. I ride the bus. I wait at this stop. I can't see around me, and now I'm going to feel really comfortable." We did a big project in Martin Luther King Park, doing a lot of that same kind of work, cleared out tons and tons, literally, of brush from that area. We've been working in Douglas Park, and I'm actually on the commission for the centennial of Douglas Park, and we're very excited because we've served so many families with home ownership in that area. To be able to contribute to help bring back the legacy of Douglas Park is really important to us. So we're still building homes with families, first-time homeowners. We're excited about that. But we've also expanded to really work so that everyone does have a decent place to live. And as we look at it, until everyone in Lexington has a decent place to live, none of us do.
I am almost speechless, which would not be good for this program. That is very amazing. I did not know all that was going on. The most important thing people can get sometimes are the house keys. And I knew that emotional attachment. I knew the buy-in from the families that receive the house keys, and the tons of people that donate the money and their time to create these structures of love. I did not know about the other facets. We're going to talk right now before we get to Jim.
Okay.
Because you're on a roll. Of all these things going on, we knew about the home building, and people can donate money. But it sounds like for these other projects, you need volunteers to still build the homes.
Absolutely.
But then additional people that can clear the brush, that can fix the gutters.
Right.
Talk about your volunteers.
We use volunteers for almost everything that we do. People know about the home building. The neighborhood cleanups, we have used as many as 125 volunteers on a day at one time. The work we did in Martin Luther King Park, we had 125 volunteers that day. Huge amounts of work can get done with that. The home preservation projects can be big projects where we use lots of folks, or small one-at-a-time projects. The critical home repairs, some volunteer work there, less. Those projects are focused on safety and affordability. So lots of roof repair, HVAC repair, windows being replaced. Energy efficiency is an issue there because it affects affordability.
Absolutely.
We sub most of that out.
Do you want to give your website for people that are watching?
Yes.
To let them know how to contact you if they've got some talents, or if they can just roll a paintbrush.
Or write a check.
Or write a check.
It's lexhabitat.org. LEXHABITAT.org.
Rachel, you said you've been in Lexington about 9 years, or with Habitat. How many people do you think you've impacted in those 9 years?
We have served 419 families with home ownership.
Amazing.
36 with home preservation, 5 with critical home repair, hundreds with our neighborhood cleanup projects, thousands given the opportunity to volunteer and serve, tens of thousands who donate and shop at the Restore. And with the economic impact of what we do, you have to keep in mind we put in about $4.5 million a year, local economy, $30 million added to the property tax base, and our homeowners pay almost $400,000 a year in property taxes. So we've really impacted everyone in Lexington.
Amazing, and nice segue to the Restore. Jim?
Sure.
I've been in the Restore, well, one of them. Tell people about the Restore.
Well, as you mentioned, one of the ways people can support Habitat is by donating their time. And of course, we like it when they donate their money, but you can also support Habitat and our mission in Lexington by donating your stuff. And the Restore accepts pretty well anything you'd find in your home: the doors, your windows, your kitchen cabinets, appliances, and furniture. We'll come pick it up. If it's a cabinet set, we can even uninstall it for you or for your general contractor. Bring them back to the Restore, sell them to people who are shopping on a budget or who like to reuse or repurpose materials. And then all of the funds that we raise in the Restore stay right in Lexington, helping Habitat for Humanity serve families. And as you said, it's a ton of fun.
To go through, it's almost like you're walking through an antique store, a home goods store, American Restoration store. I mean, there's some impressive things that you get.
Yeah, absolutely. And our staff and our volunteers work together to try and make sure that it's a unique experience. In fact, our donors are very generous. We'll see about 6,000 pounds of new donations every day. We're one of the busiest Restores in the country.
Tell people where you're located.
Right on 451 Southland Drive, next door to Good Foods Market, so you can't miss us.
And what are your hours? Because people, do they need to make a reservation to come and drop things off, or just show up?
Not at all. We're open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and you can come by and drop off anytime. There's a whole bunch of folks who will run out, get you unloaded. Of course, your donation's tax deductible, and then we'll have you on your way. Unless, of course, you want to come in and shop and find some new treasures to replace what you just gave away.
On the shopping side, great place to shop. On the giving side, let's get washers, dryer. I mean, what are the key things that people need when they move in?
We love to have donations of appliances, kitchen cabinets, furniture. One of the really neat things that you can donate to us are those partial cans of latex paint that's sitting in your basement or your garage.
Oh my gosh.
We want your paint. You can bring it to us and we'll recycle it, sell it in the store to folks who are looking for a deal.
Who doesn't have a bunch of, and people don't know, you can't throw it away.
Yep.
You can take it over to the recycling place, maybe on For Sales Road, I think it is. Maybe. I don't know where it is.
Just at Household Hazardous Waste Collection Days every other year or so.
Yeah. So you will accept all that.
Absolutely.
It may be the same phone number or website, but please give it again for people that want to make donations to the Restore.
Sure. Just go to lexhabitat.org, LEXHABITAT.org.
And Jim, you talked about the great marriage between working in a nonprofit and retail. That's like the dynamic duo of what have I got myself involved in?
Yeah, it really takes some special folks who kind of love the energy, love the excitement. We always say every day is like Christmas. We've been really good and we've got a great mission and people are going to give us stuff, and when we open those boxes we never know what's inside it. And it's so much fun.
It would be easy to walk into a junkyard, but it's very organized, very clean.
It is.
I mean, really, you've done a fantastic job.
We try to make it inviting and a warm, safe, welcoming place to shop.
We got a few minutes left. I still want to reach out to people that have talents and funding, but let's talk about something fun coming up where people wear green.
They wear green to the Shamrock Shuffle, which is a 3K family-friendly race. That
1.9 miles.
I'm glad you knew that. I did not. But it's the 10th year. We started it 10 years ago to honor Pat Smith, who was killed in the Comair crash and has been a wonderful Habitat supporter. His family continues his legacy. But this is a race to raise funds for our ministry. And we have thousands, literally, of folks who come. It has grown every year. We did have some folks stay home last year. It was one of those rainy days.
It was a little iffy.
It's a little iffy.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. So it's a chip-timed race. So for the real racers, they can get whatever you get for that. So those folks come out and do it, but it's also really family friendly. You can walk it, you can push a stroller, children run and walk, people bring their dogs dressed up in green tutus. We have lots of fun there, and it really sets folks up to stay downtown for the St. Patrick's Day festivities.
It is. It's a great kickoff to St. Patrick's Day, but for people that are just getting into running, it is a great distance to, let's run my first race that's not a 5K, have some fun, make the 1.9 miles, and have, I mean, it's a great festive fun. It's for serious people, and you're right, it's for beginners and walkers and pregnant people at the same time.
Right.
In the last couple minutes, I still want to give you the opportunity to reach out to people who want to make donations to help your funding and to talk about volunteers.
We use folks for all kinds of things in our organization. Whatever your skill is, we have a place for you. We use volunteers on our boards, on our committees, in our offices, on our build sites, in our restore. Paint bulking, that paint that Jim makes over there, Jim doesn't make the paint, volunteers make it, and we let them name the paint, which is great fun. Accountants.
But you need, for homes, plumbers?
We sub out mechanicals.
What do you need for volunteers?
Volunteers, you don't have to have any skill to work on the build site. We will teach you how to do it. If you've never been on a ladder, if you've never used a hammer, if you've never used a saw, and any of those things you want to learn how to do, we've got folks who will teach you how to do it. Anything you're not comfortable with, you don't have to do.
It takes 1 minute left, a little while to build a home, but from everybody that has sat in those seats, they get more out of it than the people that they're helping, and it's remarkable. Please give your website and phone number one more time.
lexhabitat.org, lexhabitat.org, 859-252-2224.
I may be looking at the geniuses who decided to expand beyond just building homes, and whoever that person, team are, congratulations.
Thank you so much. We are grateful to have the opportunity.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Paul.
I'll bring in a drink for you for doing
love to see it.
nonprofits and retail at the same time. I'm Paul Chartier. We'll be right back on Heart of Gold.